How's it going, gamers? Today, we're going to be giving you a quick overview of a game that's been absolutely dominating my off-stream gaming time, and that is DC Dark Legion. This is an official DC game available on Android, iOS, and PC. I would like to give a shout out to DC Dark Legion for sponsoring today's video and making this awesome game. Let's go ahead and dive on into telling you why I've been absolutely loving everything about this one. To start, DC Dark Legion gives us the opportunity to collect and upgrade all of the iconic DC heroes and villains that many, myself included, have loved for a long time. They also have an awesome roster of voice actors to bring a number of these characters to life, including Roger Craig Smith, who voiced Batman in Batman Arkham Origins, who not only voices Batman, but also the Batman who laughs in DC Dark Legion. Joining the cast as well is Mark Whitten as the Flash, J.P. Carlack as the Joker, Jan Johns as Harley Quinn, Zeke Elton as Green Lantern, and Jordan Reynolds as Aquaman. One of the most important parts of any RPG or comic book is definitely the story, and DC Dark Legion does not disappoint there. The core story is adapted from Scott Snyder's Dark Knight's Metal series. You get to embark on a really epic adventure through iconic locations of the DC universe, from the towering skyscrapers of Metropolis to Arkham Asylum in Gotham City, and even the depths of Atlantis. Let's go ahead and take a look at how these RPG elements get tied in with the awesome voice acting to when we encounter Murder Machine Batman for the first time in one of their awesome animated cutscenes.
Oliver, Diana, Victor, I see you're as stubborn here as back home.
This battle was fought before, on our world.
I come equipped for any situation.
I'm not sure which of us has the hard part.
One thing I think DC Dark Legion does exceptionally well is tie in the overarching storyline from the RPG aspect to all the other game modes that you get to engage with inside of the app. The core of the story is that there's this dark multiverse, this kind of unstable realm where nightmares come from, including a nightmare known as the Batman who laughs, this mixture between the Batman and the Joker, who has an army of dark reflections that are various icons in the DC universe. They invade the world that your characters are in overall, which leads very organically to the base building aspect of the game. You have this backup bat cave that Bruce has put together for you that starts out very rudimentary, that you then slowly build up over the course of time, improving the resources that it's generating for you and the bonuses that it provides for your team that's going to be completing various challenges and tasks for you in all of the game modes. One of my favorite aspects of collector games like DC Dark Legion is mixing and matching and finding optimal team combinations. DC Dark Legion does a stellar job of assisting guiding you in different directions and experimenting with different things by giving you faction bonuses between your teams. You get a group of the Justice League characters together, or the Birds of Prey, or the Bat Family, who have been some of my personal favorite to do battle with, and get different bonuses and synergies depending on which characters you're mixing and matching every deployment. Speaking of team building, my favorite game mode in DC Dark Legion is definitely their The Darkest Timeline that unlocks when your war room hits level 15. This is a full roguelite drafting / choose your own adventure, build your team as you go style game mode. You start with a very small selection of heroes at the start, so it's important that you understand how to pick good synergies between the ones that you have to choose from, and then you have a bunch of different arcing paths along this darkest timeline where every choice you make matters. You're going to get more heroes, you're going to get upgrades for your existing ones, you're going to choose various synergies that boost the ones that you have in different ways. Sometimes you'll even give up bonuses for some at the sake of making others a lot stronger. There's different modifiers and scaling difficulties and lots of different hoops and challenges that you have to navigate correctly and jump through to successfully save the timeline that you're working in that has gone very, very dark. If you're ready to dive on into DC Dark Legion and stop the Batman Who Laughs and the Dark Multiverse from taking over our Earth, be sure to use my link in the video description down below to get started on Android, iOS, or PC. Now, you can also use my code DCDL999 to get some awesome free in-game goodies to jumpstart your account. If you're someone who would like to play with me personally, be sure you join up on server Earth 215, where I've got a Hoaglandia alliance set up where I would love to hang out and do battle with you all at home as we continue collecting and powering up our many heroes and villains in the DC iconic universe. I'd love to give a shout out to DC Dark Legion for sponsoring today's video again and making this awesome game. I've honestly been having a ton of fun with all the different components, base building, collecting, and everything else that it has to offer, and I hope some of you will consider joining me in battling the Dark Multiverse today.